Battle of Al-Qadisiyah, fought in 636 CE, was a defining encounter between the Muslim Rashidun Caliphate and the Sasanian Empire. The battle lasted for 4 days near the city of Al-Qadisiyah in present-day Iraq and was instrumental in the Islamic conquest of Persia. Here's a detailed account of the battle. By 636 CE, the Muslim armies sought to expand into the Sasanian Empire, facing a seasoned enemy with a powerful army. The Persians, led by General Rostam Farrokhzad, assembled a massive army reportedly numbering around 60,000 to 100,000 troops, including elite war elephants and heavily armed infantry. The Muslim army, commanded by Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, fielded about 30,000 soldiers. The battlefield was flat, bordered by the Euphrates River on one side and a large marsh on the other. This terrain played a crucial role, offering limited maneuvering space. Day 1, the opening moves. The battle began with skirmishes between the two sides. Persian war elephants, armored and intimidating, spearheaded their attack, causing significant disruption in the Muslim ranks. The Persian army's heavily armed infantry and archers followed, using their superior weaponry to press the Muslim lines. The Muslims countered with their own archers, targeting the eyes of the elephants, aiming to weaken their impact. Amid the chaos, tribal contingents on both sides engaged in duels and smaller clashes, seeking to exhaust their opponents. The day ended without a decisive outcome, with both armies holding their ground. Day 2, intensified combat. The second day saw a surge in intensity as the Persians launched a large-scale attack, concentrating their war elephants on the Muslim flanks. The Muslim lines wavered under the pressure, with some units retreating in disarray. Sa'd, who was unwell and leading the battle from a tent due to illness, instructed his commanders to regroup and adapt their tactics. Muslim archers and light infantry began targeting the handlers of the elephants, successfully driving some of the beasts off the battlefield. By evening, both armies were heavily fatigued but remained in their positions, preparing for the crucial days ahead. Day 3, the turning point. On the third day, the battle reached a critical juncture. Rostam reorganized his army, intensifying the use of the elephants to break the Muslim ranks. The Rashidun army, in response, devised a plan to neutralize the elephants entirely. They targeted the elephants' legs with spears and knives, forcing them to panic and trample Persian troops in their retreat. This tactic dramatically reduced the effectiveness of the Persian attack and gave the Muslims an opening. Using their cavalry, the Muslims launched swift counterattacks, exploiting gaps in the Sasanian lines. These moves began to put significant pressure on Rostam's forces, which were visibly weakening. As night fell, both sides remained engaged, though the momentum started to favor the Muslims. Day 4, the final blow. The fourth and final day, known as Yawm al-Armah, the Day of Doom, began with a full-scale assault by the Muslims. With the elephants neutralized, the Rashidun forces launched concentrated attacks on the Persian center, supported by cavalry flanking maneuvers. Amid the chaos, the Muslim forces managed to breach the Persian camp where Rostam was directing operations. Rostam, realizing the dire situation, attempted to flee but was struck down and killed. The sight of their general's death shattered Persian morale, causing their army to collapse into panic and retreat. The fleeing Sasanian forces were pursued relentlessly, with many perishing in the marshes and on the battlefield. By the end of the day, the Muslim army had secured a complete and decisive victory,